Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome fellow Simmers and Sims 4 fans. Hello. Today we are doing a build tour. So I am in a special neighborhood of Willow Creek. I like to think of this as an extension of Willow Creek. And that's because we're filled with a bunch of commercial lots and a little bit of modern lots over here. And that is because we are at the special neighborhood loaded lot that comes with Get to Work. So as you can see, this is the hospital. We're doing a hospital tour today. So I was in the mood to show off my hospital build because, as you guys know, I have been doing a series on my channels called the Memory Lane series, in which I take you guys through a tour of all my old lots. So last time I took you through a tour of my recently done lot that was the police department lot. And so I thought, since I'm in the mood for Get to Work and showing it off, why not go back to that hospital lot that I did? And that brings us to this today. So we're going to take a tour of what's been redone, renovated, and all the different areas. We need to take a look at the receptionist area. There's the break room, the actual exam rooms, and the x-ray rooms, of course. I believe there's a surgery room, and I've also got some additional spaces, including a rehabilitation room, locker room, and showers. So we're gonna get into it, and you guys will like this because I've made this specifically for Get to Work gameplay, for ease of gameplay, to make the doctor career so easy for you and actually fun. And let me tell you, I played this out when I did build this, and I had so much fun. I was playing this back to back to back. So let's get into it. Oh, before we do the tour, of course, let me plug myself. If you are interested in this lot that you are about to see, you can find it on my gallery. This is called the Cozy Willow Hospital. It is a 50 by 50 lot. I know that you see the lot type as medical clinic right here, but don't fear. By default, these were made as generic lots that you can then plop down. So you can find this on my gallery. Here's my gallery, Marsha Tag 12. I'm so proud of it. We got quite a few different lots here, commercial, public, and residential. So check me out when you get a chance. But if you want the specific hospital lot, all you got to do is go to my catalog, filtered by the 50 by 50 choice, and yeah, let me go ahead and filter this for you so you can find it. Search. And here it is, the Cozy Willow Hospital. So, it's cute. I know. All right. Anyway, let's get into it. So I'm going to go back in live mode because I'm actually here with a doctor sim of mine. Her name is Dr. Gertrude. And she's on a day of work, actually in her shift. She's got quite a few things to do. So anyway, let's get into the build. First off, like I said, we're gonna check out the receptionist area. So in gameplay, when you play here, a lot of the times the NPCs, the patients that need help, they come through the door, and as you can see, there's one out there now. I've been loaded into the lot, so you don't see too many out there right now. But yeah, this is basically the receptionist area. Compared to the original lot, the reception is huge and there's like barely no seating. I've kind of condensed it just for efficiency and to be fast in terms of getting to the actual gameplay. I don't want your sim just spending a bunch of time just walking through empty hallways. So this has been made, I'm telling you guys, this has been made specifically with gameplay in mind and to get the most out of your Get to Work experience, specifically in this doctor career. And I've made two parts to the reception, because there's also a little area over here, and because I thought, why not have ease and get back to the front. And just like with realism, there's a door in which the staff can go through. So again, if you're storytelling, I build for storytellers. I love storytellers. I love watching LPs and all of my fellow simmers who are just into the game with their storylines. And if you have a storyline with a doctor, you can come here and play Get to Work. If you want to follow their day-to-day tasks, that's fine. But if you don't want to and you've got your own story to go, this has been made for realism. But again, it doesn't take away the gameplay. I don't have a bunch of blank space in here. It's just all the necessities and all of the backdrop that makes this feel like a real believable lot. All right, so yeah, we've got our receptionist over here, and she's cool. She's dope. Let me go over here. This is the ward, what I like to call the patient ward, where you actually get, it kind of mimics a real life, what I like to think of is emergency room, emergency ward. So you know how, like, if you go to the emergency wing of the hospital, a lot of times it looks like this. You got your waiting room, reception, and then when they admit you, they take you back and you have these specific areas. Oop, I done hopped out of the game. Give me a second. So it takes you to these back areas. So I just mimic what I'm familiar with the last time that I went to an emergency room for whatever emergency that I had. And this is pretty much it. So let me share it with you guys. This is a specific admin section. I like to call this the nurses station. So if you're going to be here checking out patients, as you can see, the patients are here. A lot of them are here. It makes sense that you'd be keeping watch on them and having them in eyesight. Usually there's a curtain here to, like, you know, help divide those sections, but usually you could tell, like, oh, okay, this is side by side. So I've mimicked that in The Sims 4. And also what I like to do is just have ease of access to computers, because sometimes you will need to do some filing, you know. You will need to, like this. This is a career task. It's not up here right now, but sometimes you will get this task in which you will have to do some research. So that is on here. And other tasks, especially when you're a newbie, you're going to have to transfer some patients' files, and that will require you to go to a computer. And I made it easy so you don't have to go to a computer room that's off in the distance. You know, in the original build that comes with the Get to Work lot, the administration room and lab, the only place with computers in the whole build, is separated, and you have to go through a whole hallway in another room just to get to it. But with this, if you so happen to have an admin task that requires a computer, you can bounce from patient to computer, from patient to computer. Easy. All right. Now over here, like I said, I've got the little patient physical exam areas. So they're sectioned off. They got their privacy. Again, this is The Sims. We don't have a little curtain that we could slide away through here. But again, I'm not a CC player. I'm not into like heavy mods or anything. If you are, though, this is definitely one of those where you can easily adapt, because I don't overclutter my builds. And again, I make this for gameplay, so have at it, y'all. And yeah, so like I said, I mimic real life and what I experience. So this looks really believable to me, especially with the little sink and the little cabinetries. Definitely looks like the mini doctor offices or exam rooms I've been to. And then over here, I thought, why not even have the little private rooms that they be having? So I've included that as well. Again, these are the same bits as over here. It's just giving you a different experience, you know, because you can have 4 patients at a time. Yeah. And so with that in mind, I've made these multiple spaces, and I love that. I think that's dope. So apparently it must be child sick day today, because all the children have showed up in need of some help. They're so cute, and I definitely want to help them out. So yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. But anyway, you can see we put the clutter items here. They look well done. They're made specifically for that, you know, that vibe. And that's what it is. The other thing is I want to talk about the analyzers. So what you see in these spaces, these two rooms in particular are the analyzers. And I've also put one in the back here, which another doctor is using. And oh my gosh, he's going through some things. Mr. Mazuru. Yeah. So, anyway, the analyzer is something that you're going to have to use often. Oh, and I put another desk here. Look at me looking out for y'all. When I made this, I put an analyzer and another computer. So like I said, in the original build, you have only one room and it had 2 analyzers, 2 computers. But there's like, 4 staff members in the hospital. And sometimes you'd have to kick one off just to use yeah, it was a thing. So I went ahead and made sure we had plenty to work with. So like this patient station has an analyzer. This patient station has an analyzer. So if you need to, like I said, I'm going to go over here to her and I'm going to have to like do a swab. Let's see. Swab for sample. We're not checking. Usually I wouldn't just go up to her and just say, open your mouth, give me a swab. I usually play it out because I like the storytell, because I'll usually greet her and, introduce myself and then say, what are the other ones? Discuss general health and then get the check-in. But for this tour purpose, I'm just going up to her. But as you can see, because I have her swab, I then can go over to the analyzer. And then I can, I can swab it. So as you can see, these are the different patient swabs that my Dr. Gertrude has in her inventory. So Jenny is who we just swabbed. And see how easy it is to go from patient to analyzer? This is how the default lot should have been. Like, I don't know why these were so far apart before, but as you can see, easy, made for gameplay. Alright, so now that I've talked about this and a little bit about the admin sections, mind you, this is the main admin section that I made so you can get to a computer fast, and I just happened to put one down the hall because it also made sense to me, especially with there being a back exit. So, if you don't know, in this neighborhood, this beautiful, wonderful neighborhood that came with Get to Work, there's more to the lot. So I know by default you barely see it because you're so busy throughout the day. A lot of times in the original lot you're just busy walking, trying to get from room to room. But anyway, like I said, if you want to ignore all this and just play how you want, there is more to the world. So there's this whole area over here. Let's say you trying to smooze your other doctor co-workers. You can do that. I'm not going to judge you. You can play however you want to play. This right here is the default police lot. That's what it's looking like. So this is by default what the original police lot looks like. And you know what? As a side note, it was forever before I found out that these two lots were literally right next to each other. Because every time I got loaded into the hospital or to the police lot, I never took in the neighborhood. I just went straight into the lot. And I never realized these two are literally right next to each other. And that was smart for the Sims team because they didn't have to build a whole new neighborhood just for these separate lots. So I think it's cool. And again, if you don't want to, go to work and do that specific thing, there's this whole like walking area over here. You could storytell as much as your heart desires over here. So yeah, I just thought that was cool. Anyway, back to the interior. I was just letting you guys know that there is an exit if you want to go out there. And I have put additional seating out here just to make it realistic that, if if Sims needed to go through the back way, let's call that the emergency door, where Sims get rushed in, you have that as well. But yeah, what are the other sides to this hospital? Well, there's the x-ray room, and I'm over here analyzing this patient's sample. I'm going to show you the x-ray room because little Jenny is over here. Let's go ahead and get her an x-ray. It's been a minute since I played Get to Work, and I do like this gameplay. So while we're waiting for Dr. Gertrude to get done, again, we got the other patients area, but we also have access to these areas. So this hallway is what I like to think of as the break room. See, very simple. You have the essentials, and that's all you need. It's not over cluttered. And sometimes the game will tell you, oh, go grab a cup of coffee or have a meal from the vending machine. So these are the essential items that are here if you need it. Now, I want to scan a patient in the x-ray room, and these are my x-ray rooms. So as you can see, this is sort of like my intense ward over here for when you need to do serious stuff like x-rays and for surgeries. So just like in the original lot, we got 2 x-ray rooms and 2 surgery rooms. So as you can see, here we are. I have made this just a simple room. It's filled with tile to represent realistic rooms, and it's not, again, it isn't overly cluttered or anything. It just gets straight to the point. You'll have your documents of what patient this is, and then you just put them on in there. And it's the same on this side. So I really like that. Love it, love it, love it. And of course the surgery room. So again, have the basic surgery table, and then we've got the cabinetry that mimics the real office area. So, and I put bassinets here because I thought, you know, why not add that touch in case you are delivering a baby. I know that's higher up in the ranks where you actually get to do that, but yeah, I think that's really cool. So I went ahead and did that. Added this little fancy light for those who need that, you know, that real surgery vibe of like, oh, turn the lights on. I've added it here. So it's all good. It's all here. And we got 2 of them. So yeah, that's basically the gist of this wing of the hospital. So let's get little Jenny on over here. Let me see. Do I have to click on this or do I have to click on Jenny? I think I have to click on Jenny. It's been a while since I played with the Dr. Career. So how do I get her on here? Medical refer? Refer for x-ray scan. I wonder if I'm able to do it, or will this refer her to another doctor, because I really don't want to. And she's orderly. I might be the only, besides Dr. Masaru over here. That's his name? Yeah, Masaru. Okay, so I just referred Jenny. Oh, she's not feeling well. Look at her little self just walking over. And again, this is a quicker route than what was in the default. You would have had to gone through 2 hallways just to get to the x-ray room in the default lot. So again, I made this with you guys in mind. And look how cool that is. And now you can actually take in all the features of the animations. Like the Sims team made this. Let me tell you, did I recognize this or acknowledge this in the original lot? No. Why? Because I was too busy walking around. Because everything was so spread out. I was rushing to click on things. But now I can actually take in the task that I'm doing. So, yeah, I like that. So, ooh, Jenny's got an illness going on from her x-ray. We're going to need to check her out. So, oh, my sim already walked her. Look at you walking her back to her bed. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Alright, so we were able to check out the x-ray rooms. There's a whole nother wing to this hospital. So back here, there's the other ward that I refer to as the rehabilitation ward. So in the default lot, you have this area that's way more spread out and huge in the original lot. It's just a rehabilitation center of the hospital. So I've kind of mimicked what I thought a rehabilitation ward would look like. And you get these machines in which you have to test out some sims. So you'll grab a patient and then you will have them follow you over here, and then you'll be typing over here while the patient's on the treadmill. So as you can see, I don't have that test today, but that will be something that's included. And I was thinking of you guys because, look, another workstation back here, as it should be, because that's how real hospitals are. There'll be another admin desk and another analyzer for you to use. So everything is for ease of use, for you to get right down to the nitty gritty of gameplay and just enjoy yourself, enjoy your get to work experience, and enjoy all the nuances that you never get to see with the doctor career. All right, so that is our ward, our rehabilitation ward. I am going to examine her again because I need to check ears. Cause why not? And I really be having fun with this. I really do. And I need to take a temperature, so I'm gonna do that with Jenny. Y'all, sometimes it's best to do all of these, like, just a tidbit tip for when you are in the doctor career. The more you check out a patient's health, like examining them, scanning them, the more likely you are to diagnose them the right way. There we go. Now we got a successful diagnosis because I'm over here actually like tending to her. So because I've done all those things, I'm able to do a guaranteed diagnosis. So she has the llama flu. Thank goodness I was able to get the correct one. You can get it wrong. Believe me, you can get it wrong if you don't examine them enough. Maybe you want to play it that way. Because when the trailer dropped for this, when the trailer dropped for this originally with Get to Work, if you go back on the Sims channel and you see the original trailers, I like to do that because I'm a Sims fan and I'm a geek. But if you go back and watch the original trailer for The Sims 4 Get to Work, the doctor career specifically, it's called Malpractice. So you could get all of this wrong. Some people, they don't care to like learn how to play it. So I like to learn how to play because I just enjoy the Sims gameplay. But if you're someone who just want to go in and just like, you know what, I like to wing it, you could do that. And you could get all of this wrong and have those surprises if you want to. But anyway, as you can see, Jenny's little overhead icon turned red. By default, when you have a patient that is undiagnosed yet, they're blue. So at the top of their hair, they're still blue. They're still waiting for treatment. Because she has red over here, I'm able to treat her because I know what it is that she needs. So I want to say, what is it? Where do I go to treat her? I forgot. Ma'am, where? Okay, more. See, also, Get to Work was made so long ago. So we had a different menu, remember? Before we got the Growing Together update, like the pre-launch to Growing Together, we got a whole new social wheel, all of that. And the Sims team did say in the developer playthrough in regards to the social wheel, things that don't fit into a specific category, they'll just have it off in more choices anyway. I do remember that. But yeah, you can treat her now because you have that. And she just needs a vaccine. So we're going to give that to her. Oh, little Jenny. And you'll be all better. And she's good for the day. Now she can go. Wonderful. So, in regards to our build, we've treated a patient today. Well done, Dr. Gertrude. Is there anything else in this build I want to show you? Oh, yeah. Besides our little rehabilitation wing over here, there is another little area. It kind of mimics, like, you know, a real like patient ward. So I like to think of this as areas where patients can stay overnight. This was made for storytelling, but for gameplay in a different sense. So I know that sometimes, you know, as simmers, as gamers, we don't really sometimes pay attention to our Sims need. So if I were to come in with Dr. Gertrude and she was tired and it was getting in the way of her doing her tasks, she could come back here and take a nap if she wanted to. Hey, I was just thinking of gameplay in terms of what all would be useful here. So though this is like a set dress to be a patient's room, you can come back here and take a nap if you need to. Again, I was just thinking of the gameplay that you can have and what would be convenient. And besides that, like I said, we have the shower room. So over in this rehab section, because I figure Sims will get sweaty and whatnot, realistically and story-wise, they would need to go on over here and take a shower. Now, that is not a requirement of the patients. I don't even think patients use the bathrooms or whatnot, but I just put them here. And this will be convenient to you as a player if your doctor has to go tinkle real quick. It's a restroom over here. And I put plenty of restrooms all around the lot. So if your doctor is dirty, because I don't know what you did before you showed up to your shift. I don't know what kind of doctor you're playing, or if you're a chaos player and your sim, was into some things before they got here. They'll be all ready. Or if you just you woke your sim up early, they have a family, and you didn't even get to shower or eat or anything, you got everything to fulfill the basic needs here. So you could come in here and you could shower. It has its privacy. It's off to the side, away from the stalls. Again, I made this with ease of access. So there's even a door here that leads right back out to the locker room. Right back out to the ward. And again, you'll have to come back out to the ward too. So again, to admit a new patient, let's say I'm going to admit Juan over here. I'll say, Juan, you could come on over. Let's see. How do I admit him? I forgot. Yeah, admit patient to exam bed. So that, again, that's another reason why I made the reception like I did, because I needed it to be short and condensed, easy to get to. So that's what we did. And as you can see, we are admitting Juan to a new bed. I know all these other children are here. I know we got other tabs, but I'm just doing this for a build tour. But yeah, I just want you guys to see how this all works together. So if you ever need to use a bathroom and you are on this side, there's a toilet. Easy, quick, because you're right here in the receptionist area. If you just so happen to be over in this section and you need a restroom, this hall goes straight up to the toilets. And if you're over here and this intense ward, like what I like to call with the x-rays and surgery, I put a restroom over here on the end. Even if you in the break room, and like I said, your sim is hungry for the day, they didn't even take a break, you could come over here to the break room and there's a restroom right off of the break room. And like I said, I made this with gameplay in mind, because I'm a simmer who loves to play. I love storytelling. I also love gameplay, and I know how this stuff works because I played here. I've seen what the issues were, what the problems were in regards to initial gameplay with the original lot, and I've just made a simple, easy, quick, and efficient lot so you can have the best of gameplay. Alright, and I'm going to give you guys this overhead view because that is the end of our tour. From here, you can see this layout. And I love when other simmers do this in their videos, because as a builder and a fan of The Sims 4, I be looking, just because I'm like, I might notice something where I'm like, oh, I want to try that out because that makes a lot of sense. So anyway, if you guys want to take tidbits from this hospital, go right ahead. Again, I made this with us in mind, us as simmers. And yeah, you can see how the layout flows directly. And yeah, let me put the roof back on. As you can see, it's a simple hospital. I'm still proud of this today. This is one of my old builds in which I'm like, you know what? If anytime I need a hospital, I can come and just plop this down because it's simple and it's straight to the point. It honestly, to be fair, it does look more like a clinic. It's giving more clinic than hospital. But I don't mind that because I didn't need anything that was 2 stories. I didn't need my Sims taking more time than they needed to walk up some steps. Like, I just needed to get straight to the gameplay. But if you like this and you love the intention of this build, Again, you can have it for yourself as well. So let me recap the specs for you so you can go and grab it yourself if you are interested. This is called the Cozy Willow Hospital. It is a 50 by 50 lot, and you can find it on my gallery, Mars Attack 12. This will be saved as a generic lot, so you can filter by 50 by 50 lots if you want to on my gallery catalog, or if you want to, you can set the lot type to generic, and it should pop up. There you have it. So, thank you guys for coming on this tour with me and for checking out another build down my memory lane series. This has been fun. I like revisiting the doctor career and showing you guys my build that I'm so proud of, and sharing the intention behind it and all the thought that I put into for gameplay. So yeah, thank you guys for checking me out, and until next time, bye.